With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network tonight. The Beef Jerky Unlimited Sunday night special fires things off for the first time here on Sunday night with the Turn 3 Racing Network. The Worn Out Racers bringing you all the crazy truck action at this 1.5 huge speedway. They call it a speedway. You might as well go ahead and call it a super speedway. Speed's going to be excess of 175 miles an hour entering the corners. What a night to race. Track temperature a bit high, 116 degrees out there on the pavement, so the tail ends of these trucks may be sliding around just a little bit. And we're going to try to find out who's going to slide themselves into a pole position here in just a handful of moments. Qualifying already underway. But first, how you doing? How you feeling? out there in TV Land. Race fans, glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave in the Cave bringing you all the calls from trackside. So we'll go ahead and get rid of that track information for you and drop you some of those qualifying times over to the left-hand side of your screen and let you follow along, find your favorite driver and how they're going about it in qualifying here tonight. For the moment, provisional pole belongs to the 69 Toyota Tundra of Mark Axelson. That's right, Sharky taking the pole position. 31:27 is the quick time here in qualifying. Trying to take a look out there, see where he's at, see where he's going. Tom Marshall falling short in qualifying. One of the fastest drivers in happy hour, but he's going to have a rough go at it in qualifying already. 23 drivers on the speed charts, and Mark Axelson leads them all. 31:27 is the quick time for Axelson, and it looks like he's going to try to secure that pole position with music fading out and fading away, time beginning to fade away for these drivers to lay down a fast time and dethrone Axelson at the top of the speed charts. Only 3 drivers yet to put in a qualifying time. The 19 of Bandit, he's out there on his up to speed lap. We'll look for that 19 to lay down a fast time, but Kyle Power, Kevin Muller, and Ray Zerkut all yet to turn in a qualifying lap, so we'll have to wait to see how they go about it with just about 60 seconds remaining here in qualifying. It's gonna be a tall test for these drivers to get that up to speed lap as well as a quick lap in. We'll see if anybody's gonna be able to do it. But for the moment, for the time, Sharky looks like he may be walking away with a pole position here tonight from Chicagoland Speedway. 35 seconds remaining now. Is Bandit going to jump inside of the top 15? He's still got one more lap to try to dethrone Axelson at the top. Will he be able to do it? We're going to wait right here. We're going to try to see if we can't squeeze this in before we head trackside for the national anthem. 90 laps in store here tonight from Chicagoland Speedway. Drivers do have extra sets of tires in the pit box. They do have one fast fix should they need it. We'll see if anybody does, and it looks like the 19 not going to improve on his second time lap, so that's going to be it for qualifying, and Mark Axelson will indeed secure that pole position, and that's going to lead us right into our pre-race festivities. So let's head trackside for your national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the boats bursting in out, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And right back in trackside as you see the drivers begin to fill up on the starting grid. Everybody making their way through final pre-race inspection. So what do you say we jump a little closer to the track as drivers begin to fire the engines and we get set to roll here tonight from Chicagoland Speedway. You're watching the Beef Jerky Unlimited Sunday Special. Oh, those familiar bells begin to ring in the background. You know the sounds, you know. It's time to run down tonight's starting lineup here from Chicagoland Speedway inside the trunks tonight. Starting inside row number 1, snatching that provisional pole position inside of the 69 machine. Mark Axelson will lead the field to the green flag. 63 of John Izzo just to his outside. Back in row number 2, the 41 of Sheldon Fiddick and the 46 of Frenchie. Ethan Wilson and James Barber making up row number 3. Back in row number 4 here tonight inside his Beef Jerky Unlimited number 86 machine, Tommy D. Jason Rumey right to his outside with Timothy Lewis and Jeff Carlson rounding out your top 10. Inside row number 6, 14 of Slick Rick, followed by the Lawed Man himself, Steve Law. Row number 7 here tonight. Inside his 91 machine, Tom Marshall. He's got a quick truck. We'll see if he can get it to the front of the field. The 19 of Bandit going to start in 14th. Inside row number 8, Rolf Van and Tommy Cristiano. Todd Willis, Henry Farrell make up row 9. Row number 10 here tonight, Johan Wilson and Gary Ragland. Paul Dillon and Andy back in row number 11. Row number 12 here tonight, Butch Jetrich with James Schultz, Jimbo, Robert D. Back in row 13. Row 14 is Kevin Moeller and Ray Zerkut with Kyle Power rounding out the 29 truck field here tonight. Pace car down and away. Music will fade away and we will drop the hammer for the first time here tonight from Chicagoland Speedway. Green flag flies as the field heads past us. Oh my goodness. As the field heads past, and it looks like Fat Finger's hitting the wrong buttons here. We do apologize for that one, but field down the backstretch into turn number 3 for the first time. Everybody continues to chase after your pole sitter, Mark Axelson. Sheldon Fadek moving up 1 position. The 41 going to move into that second spot. Hot and heavy battle here for 4th, 5th, and 6th. You can see it 2, 3, 4 trucks all right there battling for position. John Izzo, Tommy D, Timothy Lewis, Frenchie right there. James Barber holding on to the tail end of this pack. A lot of great racing action early here. Lap number 2 underway. To the bottom of the racetrack looking for a position, but the 46 not going to be able to grab that spot away just yet. He's going to have to stay in line right behind John Izzo. And we're going to head a little further back through the field. What do you say we jump back here around Rolf Fan? There you can see that 91 Princess Skull Christmas sponsored Toyota Tundra of Tom Marshall, top of the track, trying to make up a handful of positions. Marshall moving forward, but just seems to be lacking the speed that we've seen in Happy Hour there. We'll have to see if the truck comes to him as we begin to lay down the rubber here on this huge 1.5 mile D-shaped oval nestled in Joliet, Illinois. Chicagoland Speedway, one of the I want to call it iconic tracks. It is one of the most familiarized tracks as of late over the past decade or so. A lot of great racing action here from Chicagoland Speedway as we see 2 wide racing continuing on a little further back. I believe that's Wilson at the bottom of the racetrack. Yes, it is. Johan trying to make up a handful of positions. He'll go side by side with the 58 of Tommy Cristiano. Holding serve up at the top of the speedway. And typically we see drivers struggle to keep the positions on that high side, going the long way around, but you do keep the momentum. And there you can see we're going to be able to keep that 44 at bay as he's going to wash up the racetrack, try to slide in between 2 trucks, and he's going to be able to do so. He'll grab a spot right in front of Todd Willis, who sits in the 18th position. The 7 of Gary Ragland right behind them. Then another 2-car battle between Henry Farrell and Paul Dillon That's going to be for 20th and 21st, but all the while, nothing has changed at the front. We'll go back to your race lead. There you can see Mark Axelson continues to lead him down the backstretch. Lap number 6 underway, and Sheldon Fiddick going to have a peek to the inside, not going to make a move just yet. Fiddick trying to find a way up and around, trying to utilize some of that draft. And I tell you what, as we cross the line, let's go on board with the driver running in that second position, on board now with Fiddick. See a lot of movement in that rear view mirror up there. You can see the head bouncing around quite a bit here from Fiddick. A little bit of a rough track here at Chicagoland Speedway. It is not quite as smooth as what you would think. He's going to have a look down to the inside, not quite take the move just yet, as we'll jump back through the field to one of our next onboard camera shots. Here you can see that's the 19 of Bandit. Just to the outside is the 91 of Tom Marshall, Steve Laws, who we ride with. A lot of close racing action here outside of your top 10. Riding with Steve Law in the 15th position. We'll jump back outside of the car. 2, almost 3 wide for a second. The 58 of Tommy Cristiano thought about going 3 wide, thought better of it, and he'll stay in line as we go nose to tail through your top 15. Everybody's still looking for a way to come up and make a handful of positions. Looking for some passes out there. Biggest mover of the race, up 4 positions. That's going to be this driver right here inside of that 33 machine, listed as the 4 on the timing and scoring. But inside that ring, 33 Chevy bow tie, the Silverado driver, trying to make his way up into a podium position. Started back in 9th, now sits in 5th for lap number 10. On the board, we'll make lap 11 when we cross the line, this time by less than 80 to go. Heavy battle continues to rage on outside of your top 10. There you can see back from Wolf Fan. Let's go right here with Fan for a moment. I do believe we have that onboard camera shot. There it is, once again, looking over the rear deck lid. Quite a bit of a hornet's nest sitting behind Fan. There you can see Bandit and his worn-out racer sponsored Silverado trying to come up and make a pass or two. Frenchie and Tom Marshall right there in tow. Steve Law, Cristiano, all within striking distance. If you make a mistake, if you lose the momentum, you're going to have a lot of truck drivers all over you pouncing for the position. Ford truck, nose to tail, staggered step through the front stretch. They're all going to figure it out and make it work through the front stretch down to the bottom of the racetrack with 113 of Paul Dillon looking for a position. Dillon not going to get it, as now here comes, I believe that is Bandit, trying to make a move on Van. Not going to quite get there just yet, and in comes the 46 of Frenchie. And trouble on track. Caution flies for the first time here tonight. Looks like we've got a driver around. Looks like Johan Wilson with some issues. Let's go back, take a look at him as he's slow on the racetrack, recovering well, but still slow here in turns 3 and 4. So let's go back. Let's check the replay. Catching the drivers coming down into turn 3. Looks like a little bit of contact with the outside wall up into the 113. And both drivers going to be collected. Both drivers going to have some hard, heavy, significant impact. And it looks like both drivers going to need to head down pit lane. We'll take one more look at it here from the turn 3 drone cam. A little bit of contact with the outside wall. Slightly clipping the 15. then nowhere to go for that 113. He's going to play a little bit of bumper cars, or bumper trucks, we should say. As the majority of the field makes their way down pit road, we'll jump back out front with your new race leader for the first time here tonight. Sheldon Fittick going to roll the dice, and he's going to stay out on track, not ready to come get those 4 fresh good deers. He's going to have some company behind him, the 19 as well as the 6, the 420, the 34, 33, and the 9, all going to roll the dice and stay out early here tonight. So we'll have to see how it goes for these top 7 drivers rolling the dice early here from Chicagoland. A little bit of an early caution here tonight brings things back to a crawl, back behind the iRacing pace car, the Ford Mustang pace car, showing the way right now. We've got 7 drivers rolling the dice early, willing to risk it for the biscuit, keep themselves out there in clean air. Track position seems to be at a premium here tonight. Not a whole lot of passing going on out there on the track, so it looks like a handful of crew chiefs elected to keep that track position over those 4 fresh good years. The 69 of Axelson did indeed win the race off of pit road, but he's going to be mired in traffic. He's going to start back in the 8th position, so even though they stayed out, Fittick as your race leader, if he can get off to a good launch here on this restart, he's going to have a little bit of help with some of his fellow drivers on those older tires right there behind him as well. So early strategy games here at Chicagoland Speedway. Again, the North Dakota State University 41 work his way into a position to pick up a checkered flag here tonight. Still a long way to go, race fans. Long way before we figure that one out. But we're going to have to figure out who's going to cross the line and lead this first lap after the restart. Ready to find out. Pace car going to make the left-hand turn. There you go. And away we go. Green flag flies as Fittick going to nail that loud pedal and sent off into the sunset. Gets a great jump on the restart. Fittick going to walk away and easily have that top spot into turn number 1. Bandit moves to 2nd. Steve Law in 3rd. James Schultz sits in 4th. Axelson already making up 1 position. We're going to go back here because this is where the big battle is going to be at. All these fresh tire trucks behind these drivers. And there you can see Bomber B on the bottom of his Reluctix.com. Number 9 machine making up a handful of positions. Big wiggle for the 87 Roumet with some trouble on the bottom of the racetrack. The Bass Pro Shops Chevy Silverado wiggles through the corner, and drivers got to take evasive action. 2, 3 wide through the corner. 1 driver at the top of the racetrack. I believe that may be Mark Axelson. And yes, it is Mark Axelson with trouble into the outside wall. Your pole sitter. Big time damage on the right side of that car. He's going to have to bring his truck down to pit road. He may try to just ride this one out as long as he can, but your pole sitter now with big time trouble. So as the pole sitter heads to the back, we're going to drop that timing scoring to the left-hand side of your screen after a handful of green flag laps. After the restart, we'll keep things fired up here. Close racing action 2, almost 3 wide once again. Jeff Carlson making a move to the bottom of the racetrack. He's going to pick up a position on Slick Rick, trying to gain that spot on the 63, but not quite going to have the momentum to get that job done. To 33 of Butch Jet Wrench right there as well, sitting in that 10th position. Jet Wrench, one of those drivers that did not come and grab tires, so he is on much older tires, and it's starting to show up a little bit here as James Schultz falling deep into the field now, restarted in 7th, now sitting in the 15th position, and he's got a hornet's nest behind him. Drivers going this way, drivers going that way, they're all trying to find a way, and we got contact! Contact, driver sliding. How did they save it? Oh my goodness. We caught it out of the corner of our eye. Wilson with a big time sideways slide through 1 and 2. Small contact. They were able to get the cars heading back in the right direction, but that could have ended up pretty bad for both of those men. Oh my goodness. Meanwhile, front of the field remains the same. Sheldon Fittick showing the way. Ethan Wilson right there in second. Tommy D and Bandit move in to podium positions, and those are drivers with fresh tires. And Sheldon Fittick, he's going to be a sitting duck right here. Tommy D going to dive it down into the corner, and he's going to look to take the spot away. And I tell you what, let's go on board. Let's take a ride with Tommy D. There you can see just over that left front tire as Tommy has indeed taken that top spot away. Sheldon Fittick back here on top of the racetrack already, now sliding back to 3rd. He's going to have to keep his eyes in the mirrors and try to protect positions right now, trying to minimize that slide backwards. As more drivers looking to the inside, there's Timothy Lewis in that ream number 433. Lewis going to move into 3rd and take the position away, and that's going to open up the door for John Izzo. Izzo looking to follow suit and make his way by as well. Back across the line, lap number 25 now goes on the board. Tommy D showing the way in his Beef Jerky Unlimited Rolloptics.com number 86 machine. There you can see him running very well here tonight. Going to cover up the run of that 49 off of the corner exit. That's going to open up the inside lane down into turn number 3. We'll drag race in. There's contact. Tommy D sideways. Gonna catch the car. White knuckle moment. And Ethan Wilson gonna take control of the race for just the 3rd time here tonight. 4th time, I apologize. New race leader here from Chicagoland Speedway, the Beef Jerky Unlimited Sunday Night Special Series. We're racing the trucks here tonight. Going to be moving on into some of the Cup races over the course of the next few weeks, as well as some super late model action coming at you with the Beef Jerky Unlimited, the Sunday Night Special Series. We want to give a big time shout out to everybody back at the Worn Out Racers. I want to call it the umbrella. Really, Worn Out Racers racing about 5 to 6 different series every single night of the week. You can find them on the iRacing.com platform, the world's #1 racing simulator. Or to make it simple, if you're looking for a good league and a great series to run in, Worn Out Racers, they've got something for all of you out there. They are listed on the league directory, or you can head right down in the description, click the link, head right over to the website, find out some great information on all of the series and all of the drivers. I want to give a big shout out to everybody being inducted into the Worn Out Racers Hall of Fame just recently. I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, and I know I'll be corrected on this one if I am, but I do believe Mark Axelson, your 2022 Hall of Fame inductee, sat on the pole position here tonight. A little bit of a rough go on the restart. He's fallen outside of your top 20, but Axelson slowly crawling his way back into a top spot and good running order. Axelson sits in 21st, moving in on the field in front of him. And we're going to jump around just a little bit. What do you say we check in with the battle on the racetrack? Bandit and Jeff Carlson going at it. 88 of Carlson down on the bottom of the racetrack, trying to take that position away. Looking to grab a spot or two. Yet another great onboard camera shot here, brought to you by all the ladies and gentlemen back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate all the hard camera work that they put in, week out. We do want to tip the cap to all of these crew members, drivers, and teams, allowing us to come in and put some great action shot cameras on board with multiple drivers throughout this field here tonight. Sheldon Fiddick, who restarted in first, has fallen back to 8th, but minimizing the damage in the slide deep through the field. Remember, Fiddick did not come to pit road under caution, and there you can see that 41 on the outside, struggling with grip, but keeping a good pace right now. Not too far off on that race pace, but these fresh tires beginning to show their ugly head, or beginning to show their dominance, I should say, late in this run. We'll go back on board with Andy now as we watch Steve Law, that Valvoline number 6 machine, just to his outside. Andy moving up through the running order from where he qualified. 34 Toyota Tundra slowly making his way to the front. Andy now inside of your top 20. Back outside the car we go, and back to yet another battle. Jeff Carlson right there trying to take the position away from Sheldon Fittig. Gary Ragland in that 7 machine down at the bottom of the racetrack, giving Fittig some fits, and Ragland not able to complete the pass just yet, but looks like he's going to have it this time around. And indeed, sliding up the hill off of turn number 2. Ragland's going to take the position away, and that's going to move him into the 8th position. Fittig going to now fall back to 9th, with Carlson rounding out your top 10. Just about 10 laps away from the halfway point, so what do you say we started a little bit early and go ahead and give you a little bit of house cleaning here tonight. The 29 drivers took to the starting grid. We've still got 27 out there on the track. 2 early retirements tonight inside his 36 machine. Razor Cut listed down and out of tonight's race. Kyle Power in the 956 Toyota Tundra also going to be listed out of tonight's race. So 2 retirements early, 27 drivers still on track, 27 drivers still on the lead lap, but flirting with falling into that, I call it an oh no area. 14 of Slick Rick, there you can see him right here, struggling just a little bit, and as a matter of fact, he is listed 1 lap down. We do apologize for that little bit of misinformation. The 14 of Slick Rick has fallen off of the lead lap. Jimbo going to be the next driver that's going to have to worry about going a lap down. He's about a half a track in front of your race leader, but as these green flag runs continue, he's continuing to lose just a little bit of pace. He's about a second off of your race leader's time. This time around, Wilson running a 32.81, Jimbo with a 33.74, so right at a 1 second difference. This lead pack will run up on some of these back markers very quickly as Tommy D starts to reel Wilson back in, and we're going to have a battle for the race lead once again. Gonna jump back in the field right around that 10th position. Great battle rages on as we go on board. Oh, slow down into the corner. You can hear him jump out of the gas almost into the tail end of that North Dakota State University. Number 41, BeefJerkyUnlimited.com, Reloptics.com, sponsored 41 of Fittig. And, you know, I'm impressed here with Fittig. I truly am. 20 plus laps since the drop of the green flag on the restart, and he's kept himself inside of a top 10 position. Dylan heading to the high side, trying to take that 9th spot away from Fittig, and it looks like he's going to be able to do so without much of a fight. Fittig going to fall back into that 10th position. But, I mean, being able to, 24 lap difference on the tires, and you're able to keep yourself right here within striking distance. We're going to take a look at the lap times this time around. Race leader Tommy D running a 32.86 after capturing the race lead once again from Ethan Wilson. So Tommy running a 32.86. Sheldon Fittig with a 33.04, so just about 0.2 of a second slower than your race leader. So Tommy has got the grip, but there's still speed in this 41. Gonna head back once again, back on board now with the IC Light. 33 of Butch Jetrich. Jetrich looking to the inside of Andy. The DIYSim.com Toyota Tundra of Andy trying to keep that 19th spot away, but Jetrich wants a little bit more. He's looking to work his way up through the field. We'll take a look at this battle up close and personal. The Pittsburgh Brewing Company IC Light 33 machine makes a move to the bottom of the racetrack, and he's going to slide right on in. And without much of a fight, he's going to take that position away, and we're going to jump a little further back through the field, and we're going to jump around the field, trying to find some more of the action right here, running with Frenchie. There's Paul Dillon, Sheldon Fittig, all running with each other. Gary Ragland has not been able to shake all of these drivers, and Fittig doing everything he can to keep himself inside of that top 10. And, well, 2 laps away from the halfway point. What do you say we go ahead and start things off a little early? Let's jump to the front of the field. Driver highlights and spotlights now underway, showing the way here tonight, sitting in that top spot in first position inside of his BeefJerkyUnlimited.com 86 machine. Tommy D started back in 7th. He's gained 6 positions and now holds the race lead in hand. Great run so far here tonight for Tommy D. The driver sitting in 2nd, Ethan Wilson in the 49. He's up 3 positions from where he qualified here tonight. Wilson with a rocket ship of his own. Led a handful of laps, but now trying to track back down Tommy at the front. Ethan Wilson runs in 2nd. The man rounding out the podium positions here tonight inside of that room. 433, Timothy Lewis sitting pretty here tonight, looking to walk away with a podium finish for the first time of the Turn 3 Racing Network with the Beef Jerky Unlimited Sunday Night Special. Timothy Lewis finishes out your podium drivers. Sitting back in the 4th position, dropping 2 spots from where he qualified inside of his number 63 machine. John Izzo having a good run. Izzo was fast in happy hour, fast in qualifying, by having a little bit of a rough go here in race trim, but still sitting pretty inside of your top 5. John Izzo runs in 4th and up 10 positions from where he qualified. Rule fan, the Sharpsburg, Georgia native, getting the job done here tonight, looking to pick up a handful of more spots, see if he can't get himself into a podium position at the end of tonight's race. Running very well here tonight, up 10 spots from 15th to 5th now. Than rounds out your top 5. So that's going to be your driver highlights. But let's get to the driver spotlight. This man right here putting in work. We'll take a look at the man inside of his office, Kevin Mueller, up 21 positions from where he qualified. Mueller doing one heck of a job here tonight, up 21 spots from 27th to 6th. Now make that 5th as Timothy Lewis has broken away and brought his 4 machine to pit road. Mueller on a tear through the field. Yeah, that's going to do it. That's going to be it for your driver highlights and spotlights, your mid-race report. Brought to you by Reloptics.com. Reloptics.com, corrective lenses for all your VR needs. If you're one of the many members, not just here in iRacing, but across the gaming world in all the different platforms that you use these VR machines, if you wear corrective lenses, quit fighting a comfortable fit. Hit up Reloptics.com. They got some great inserts that go right on your VR setup, and you will no longer have to worry about comfort, and you will be able to see with 100% clarity. Reloptics.com. Race leaders all to pit road. So the race lead, a little bit of a fluid machine right now. Rule Than going to take control of the front of this field. We're trying to take a look and find Sheldon Fittig right now. Fittig running in that 18th position after coming down pit lane. I was looking to see if Sheldon's going to be able to leapfrog Tommy on the racetrack, and it doesn't look like he's going to be able to do so. So oh man, I don't know if staying out was the thing to do there for Fittig underneath our second caution of the night, but we'll have to wait until everybody stops, and now it's gonna get real interesting because we got trouble on the track. Trouble once again here at Chicagoland Speedway, right in the middle of our green flag pit stops. We've got big time trouble, and let's go check the replay. Let's try to find out what went wrong, and I believe Frenchie may have been involved in this one, so let's go back. Let's take a look. Oh, contact, and yeah, Tommy D's going to get caught up, collected, and sent into the outside wall. He's going to have to burn a fast fix on that one. Tommy D, one of your front runners here tonight, late trouble during the green flag pit stops, and Tommy D going to be working from behind the 8-ball from this point on. Tell you what, we've got one more look at it. What do you say we go check the replay one more time? Frenchie trying to collect the truck and just unable to, and hard impact there for Tommy D on that outside wall. There you can see Tommy, no control of the machine. He's going to head down the racetrack and in some trouble. Let's go on board now. Oh, there it is. Looked a lot harder outside of the truck than what it really was for Tommy D right there. But still, nonetheless, you never want to make that hard contact with the front end of this machine. The 86 going to have to come to pit road. Meanwhile, we'll watch the front of the field head down pit road. Everybody chasing after Rule Than. We will have a handful of drivers trying to stay out and get themselves back onto the lead lap. This caution flag flying right in the middle of a green flag pit stop, so it will shake up the field just a little bit. But we're going to take this opportunity to squeeze in a quick commercial break, pay a few sponsor bills. You know how that goes, so don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And welcome back, trackside race fans. If you're just joining us, 55 laps in tonight's 90-lap feature event right here from Chicagoland Speedway. You're watching the Beef Jerky Unlimited Sunday night special series brought to you by the Worn Out Racers right here on iRacing.com. Pace car lights are off. Drivers receiving their wave around. Rest of the field will double them up and get ready to drop the hammer once again. Rule fan extending the green flag run a handful of laps. He's going to benefit from that. Trouble on the track brought us under caution for the second time here tonight. We're ready to fire things off once again. iRacing pace truck will make the left-hand turn. There we go. And away we go into the restart zone and on the gas. Green flag flies once again here from Chicagoland. And it looks like, oh, we're going to go right back under caution. We've got some trouble here with the starting grid, and it looks like driver's going to go one more time around before we get going. There you see the iRacing pace car coming back out. The lights are still out, so we're going to drop the green flag this time around. A little bit of head games there on the restart. It looks like the field begins to make their way into the proper starting position. So we got the thumbs up here. We're ready to drop the hammer once again after a little bit of a, I don't want to call it a false restart because we dropped the green flag, but caution flag coming right back out. We're going to try to redo it right here. Into the Geico restart zone we roll, and on the gas, green flag flies officially once again here from Chicagoland Speedway. Rule fan gonna lead them all off into the corner. John Izzo in second solidly, but here comes Jeff Carson making a move on Frenchie. Shot out of a cannon on the outside, and oh, here comes the 91. Tom Marshall squeezing his way by on the outside lane. The Grinch that stole Christmas sponsor wrap on that Toyota Tundra, and he's looking to steal a podium. And oh, big slide for the Kenwood 58 of Tommy Cristiano. And after we complete one green flag lap, we'll drop that Tommy and scoring back to the left-hand side of your screen. Let you follow your favorite driver, just like we do right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We want to give a little bit of an update after our second caution of the evening. Tommy D, after hard, heavy impact with the front end of his Beef Jerky Unlimited. Oh, and into the outside wall goes Cristiano. Scraping the right side, Cristiano into the outside wall. He's going to give up to make that 3 positions and fall back to 8th. But as we were saying, Tommy D involved in our second caution of the night, and now that 86 finds himself behind the 8 ball, off of the lead lap, sitting 1 lap down in the 25th position. He's going to need some more help here tonight. He's going to have a caution to try to get himself back out there onto the lead lap. Henry Farrell in the 85, listed as the last driver on the lead lap, sits in 22nd as we've got battles all over the racetrack. Let's jump around. Let's go back outside of your top 15. There goes Handy in that 34. DIYSim.com. Chevy Silverado making up a position, grabbing a spot away from James Barber in that Winston number 3. And how about that? That is a clean looking ride. I'm really enjoying that red and silver paint scheme on that 3 machine. Brings back some memories of some old days of racing. Todd Willis starting to try to make his presence felt. Willis sitting in 17th, right where he qualified Looking to gain a few positions late in the race. We've got ourselves just under 30 laps to go here from Chicagoland Speedway. And we've got fights at the front. Let's jump back to the front. Let's go back up here because we got fastest for position all over the place. Frenchie and Rumey going at it third and fourth. Tom Marshall, Jeff Carlson, fifth and sixth on the racetrack, all over each other as well. John Wilson, Paul Dillon, they're going at it seventh and eighth. Dillon going to grab that spot from the 44 for the time being. Cristiano, we've seen into the outside wall in his 58 truck. He's going to work his way back into a spot inside of the top 10 as drivers cross the line. Everybody continues to chase after the van leading the way. Rule fan going to bring them back to turn number one. At a turn number two, coming right at you, right into your living rooms. Everybody chasing after the top spot. Will they be able to dethrone Fan from that position? Big run by Rumey. Rumey making it work on the outside, sliding up the racetrack, trying to cover that run off is Fan. But here comes Rumey. On board with our turn three gyro cam as Jason Rumey slides into that second position. Going to get a great run off of turn number two. Will he drop to the bottom? He's going to keep it at the top. You can hear him feather the throttle. He'll stay midway on the track, trying to keep those RPMs up, sliding up just a little bit. Here comes Stan. That's going to open up the bottom of the racetrack. Not taking the look. Rumey going to go to the top. Rumey goes to the top, chooses to keep the high side momentum available should he want it. Maybe get to pinch down that 60. Oh, crossover. Crossover from the Bass Pro Shop, number 87, and Jason Rumey gonna fire down into turn number three, drive it deep into the corner. Look to slide up the racetrack, no chance for a crossover, and new race leader here from Chicagoland with just 25 laps to go. Jason Rumey grabs the race lead for the first time tonight. A lot of crazy, great racing action all over the racetrack. Race fans, it's going to be hard-pressed to bring you all of the action, but we're going to jump around as much as we can here. The 88 and the 44 are going at it for a position. That's going to be 6th and 7th on the racetrack. Paul Dillon and Bandit not too far behind them. The 19 machine trying to work his way up into the mix. Early trouble for Mark Axelson, and he's still mired back in traffic off of the lead lap. Axelson sitting in 22nd, first driver, one lap down, sitting in that lucky donk position, but chomping at the bit, trying to find a way up and around and possibly get himself back onto the lead lap the good old-fashioned way by passing the race leader, but he's still got a long way to go to get that done. And it looks like Jimbo and Tommy D, they are in desperate need of a caution with only 23 laps to go. They need a little bit of help. And as we move in with just a little over 20 laps remaining here from Chicagoland Speedway, want to take a moment to thank each and every one of you for joining us here tonight. Want to take a moment to thank each and every one of the sponsors involved with the Beef Jerky Unlimited.com. The Sunday night special series, Beef Jerky Unlimited, coming on board, sponsoring a handful of these events, walking on as the title sponsor. Big time shout out to Beef Jerky Unlimited and all they do. If you're looking for a great Christmas gift, that's right, a stocking stuffer. Maybe you know somebody who just really loves beef jerky. Head on over to beefjerky.com. Use the code TURN5, all capital letters. Once again, that's TURN5 in the discount code at your checkout and receive yourself 15% off of your order. That's right, TURN5 is the discount code. You can find the link in the description right over there. Just scroll on down, click the link, and head right on over I'm not playing. I'm not making this up. My order coming in tomorrow. Can't wait for it to get here. Big shout out and thanks to Beef Jerky Unlimited's owner. That's right here on the track, Tommy D. Not only driving in this series, but driving on the Tuesday night Turn 5 Fun Series, as well as juggling a beef jerky company, Tommy DeLago's amazing life story, NHRA World Champion Crew Chief. That's right, you heard it right. Head on over to beefjerkyunlimited.com and help support not just a great cause and great career, but Tommy D doing a lot of great things in the iRacing community as well as out there in the world with his NHRA Top Fuel Drag team. Tommy, absolutely phenomenal gentleman, great to deal with, and I promise you the products coming out of Beef Jerky Unlimited, bar none, hands down, some of the best in the world, so don't hesitate. Don't delay. Get it before Christmas is gone. Shove it in a few stockings. Once again, that's beefjerkyunlimited.com. Use promo code TURN5. Get yourself that 15% discount. Also want to give a big shout out to theloptics.com for all they do across the moon. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Had got a little bit hairy after contact with the outside wall. The 87 of Jason Rumey slow on the track, and a lot of drivers making some evasive maneuvers to work their way by Rumey, who's now dropped out of your top 10. Rule fan continuing to show the way. But again, a big shout out to all of the sponsors involved, not just with this series here tonight or with the Turn 5 fun run on the Tuesday nights, but all across the board. Not just here with Worn Out Racers as well, but a lot of great things coming out from the sponsorship involved in this series. Big shout out to all of them. And a big shout out to all the fans out there in TV land joining us here tonight. If you haven't already, show these drivers some love and appreciation. Join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. As always, drop these drivers that thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. So with that being said, while you're here, while you're at it, show your favorite driver some love, show these drivers some love, and drop that thumbs up. So with all the bills being paid, 15 laps remaining, 14 when we cross the line, and everybody chasing after this man right here, front of the field, showing the way. Roll fan looking to get to victory lane for the first time here on Sunday nights with the Turn 3 Racing Network. Can he make it a magical night? John Izzo right behind him. Top three beginning to stretch their legs just a little bit. Frenchie rounding out your top three. There you can see some front end damage on that 46 of Frenchie, but running well. He's got himself a 1.2 second advantage over Paul Dillon and Tom Marshall, who are fighting things out right here. 91 at the top of the racetrack, trying to take the position away. Up the track goes Paul Dillon. That's going to open up the bottom for Bandit. Bandit trying to slide back in. And here comes Sheldon Fiddick. Mr. Where Did He Come From? Inside of his beefjerky.com. North Dakota State University sponsored number 41 machine. Fiddick led a handful of laps. Got crossed up with some pit strategy deep in the field, worked his way back to the 7th position, fighting for a top 5 here tonight. Can Fiddick gain a spot or two? Man, crazy good racing action. Tell you what, we're going to go on board here. Let's go on board. Let's ride along with, let's go with Fiddick. 2, almost 3 wide as Sheldon Fittick looks to go through the middle. He'll drop it down to the bottom of the racetrack. Now look to the inside of that 91 of Tom Marshall, top of the speedway. The Bandit trying to show the way. A little bit of draft help. No bump draft out of Fittig. Don't want to upset the truck in front of you. Offset just a little bit. Getting some clean air on the front end of his Silverado. Trying to take the position a little bit sideways. Had to jump out of the gas and look at the momentum. Look at the momentum loss with that little bit of burp of the throttle there. Fittig going to lose some ground. Fittig going to lose some ground and come up the racetrack, slide right across the nose of that 909, a Hooters machine of Kevin Moeller. Moeller running well here tonight. And, you know, I'm a little impartial, but I love the paint scheme. Love it. One of my favorite Cup Series drivers runs that. Oh, Sheldon Fittig. Woo, that was close. Chase Elliott, familiar black and orange Hooters paint scheme, and digging the way that thing looks on the truck. We're going to have to see if Mr. Hendrick can put that thing on one of the trucks this upcoming 2023 race season, but nonetheless, we'll see how Moeller can get the job done here tonight if he can pick up a handful of positions as Fittig and Marshall battle for the final spot inside of the top 5. Front of the field still remains the same. Rule Fan shows the way with John Izzo. Frenchie Paul Dillon sitting in 4th, and now Fittig going to round out your top 5. Down through 1 and 2, everybody chasing after positions. Everybody trying to make up those final few spots as Rule Fan steps away. Almost a half a second advantage for your race leader. Gaps back from 2nd, back to 3rd. Another 6/10 back to 4th. There you can see hot and heavy battle as Sheldon Fittig going to take that position away and head back across the start-finish line. Now only 7 laps to go here from Chicagoland Speedway. We'll jump around once again. Different looks around the racetrack. A little bit of a brief moment there looking at your 4th place runner, Paul Dillon. And here's a lot of drivers all over each other. Some of them on the lead lap, some of them off of the lead lap. A lot of speed still in that 86 machine, but unfortunately for Tommy D, involved in our 2nd caution of the evening. He needed a 3rd caution to try to get himself back onto the lead lap. It's not going to pan out. It's not going to work out for him. And Tommy D listed off of the lead lap, sitting in the 21st position as the first driver, 1 lap down. Can he find a way to get back on the lead lap? Will we have a late race caution to mix things up? We'll have to wait to find out, as now Tom Marshall and Bandit go at it side by side. Up the racetrack comes Bandit, almost meeting in the middle. Those 2 drunk drivers continue to battle for a solid spot inside of the top 10. Here comes Tommy D trying to work his way up through the field. And you know, if you're Tommy, this has got to be somewhat of a bittersweet moment. I mean, these are drivers that are inside of the top 10, just outside of the top 5, and Tommy has got the speed to make the passes, but he is unfortunately not on the lead lap, so got to be a little bit disheartening for that 86 right now to know you got all this speed, but there's nothing you can really do with it. Meanwhile, with 4 laps remaining, we'll check in with your race leader who is all alone. Rule Van now picking up a 1-second advantage. We'll have 3 laps to go, this time by a little less than 5 miles remaining in tonight's race from Chicagoland Speedway, and Rule Fan looking to be the man by the time we wave the checkered flag. Fan with a 1.1 second advantage over John Izzo. Izzo with a 1.9 second advantage over Frenchie. We're going to have a battle unfold for the final spot on the podium positions. Let's take a look right here Dylan starting to close in on Frenchie, and we got trouble on the track. Trouble on the track. Oh, my. We've got trouble on the track. Looks like we've got drivers slow. There you can see that 85 of Henry Farrell cutting some grass. The Toyota of Tom Marshall also with trouble. But this fast forward F-150 of Henry Farrell, he's going to have to charge the track for some landscaping dues. And this is going to mix things up as well. I mean, absolutely put things in a blender. We're going to have ourselves a green-white checkered, but first let's go back and let's check the replay. Let's find out how it all went down. Let's find out what happened here. Tom Marshall into the outside wall. And I believe that is what brought the caution flag out. We're going to take one more look at it here. Henry Farrell with an off-track moment. Oh, the 85. And I believe that may have been the number 3, possibly. No, the 33. I apologize. Jet Rich involved in that one. That's going to be what officially brings out our caution here tonight. So 2 separate incidents all at the same time. Race officials throwing the caution. We were going to see popsicle sticks, but we'll have ourselves a green-white checkered finish. And how about that? We said Tommy D needed some help getting back onto the lead lap. Is this the caution that he needed? Rolf Van trying to keep some of these drivers trapped off of the lead lap. He's going to stay out on the racetrack. And man, I don't know. I'm not liking the call from the crew chief here. Everybody behind him is going to have fresh tires. Rolf Van, kind of a man on his own island at this point in time. Only driver to stay out there on the track. With a 37 lap difference on the tires, I'm just, I don't know that I'm that confident. If I'm inside of that 60 machine and I'm fan, I'm asking, why'd you guys keep me out? I don't like this call. There again, I'm not the driver behind the wheel in the trunk. Maybe Than knows something we don't. Maybe the crew chief seen something when Fittig was able to stay out on track and keep himself up there at the top spot for a handful of laps. I don't know. Only 14 laps difference then. It's going to be double that this time around. Rolf Van's going to have his hands full. What do you think, race fans out there in TV land? How many of you out there think that this 60 is going to be able to pull this off and walk away with the checkered flag after staying out? 37 lap difference tires from the guys lining up directly beside and behind them. Paul Dillon's going to line up in second. Fittig and Izzo back in row 2. Bandit and Lewis make up row 3. Rumey, Frenchie, Willis, and Carlson going to round out your top 10 for our first attempt at a green-white checkered finish here tonight from Chicago Land Speedway. And I don't know, race fans. I hate to jinx any racer, and I hate to act like I know all the winning strategies, because obviously I don't. If I did, I'd probably be on some big boy esports racing team making money for driving in the simulator. But I don't know. I'm not liking the call. But, at the same time, they may have thought a handful of drivers were going to stay out with him. And when they seen everybody come down pit road, well, now it's too late. You can't come down pit road the second time, because then you're going to be mired way deep in traffic. So you're darned if you do, darned if you don't. And I can assure you the field was going to do whatever the 60 didn't do So kind of a little bit of a sitting duck. We'll see how Fan is able to deal with the adversity here. The iRacing pace car lights have gone back out, and we are ready to drop the hammer for our first green-white checkered attempt here from Chicagoland Speedway at a turn 4. And the pace car ready to duck off, and we're ready to drop the hammer. Once again, into the restart zone we go, and all the gas. Green flag flies. Oh, once again here from Chicagoland, 2-3 wide as we head to turn number 1. 2-3 wide racing action. You can see it all the way back through the field. Izzo Lewis going at it. Sheldon Fittick going to move into second as we head down the backstretch. Fittick going to pull even now, run side by side into turn 3. We got trouble behind. Big crash behind. Fittick going to grab the race lead, but we've got a caution. Caution on the speedway. Once again, trouble on the backstretch. And we're going to bring this thing to a crawl once again and try to kick it back off. Big time trouble on the backstretch. We had a lot of guys caught up and involved with this one. Looks like Tommy D, James Barber, Jeff Carlson, all caught up and involved in this one. Gary Ragland also going to pick up some damage on this one. Let's go back here. There you can see the 87, the 88, the 7 machine all caught up with each other. The 420 also catching a piece of this one. Carlson going to grab a piece as well. A lot of drivers caught up and involved in this one. Tough break for a lot of these drivers. Late race cautions, breeding cautions, 4th caution flag of the night now flies. And as drivers get set and ready to fire things off for the second attempt at a green-white checkered, we're going to take a quick commercial break, but don't worry, race fans. We'll be right back for all your green flag action all the way to the checkered flag. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
We got big-time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're going to lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage. Looks like your car is toast. You'll need a tow back to pit lane. Press and hold your reset button and we'll come and get you.
And back trackside just as promised. Field still behind the iRacing pace car as we get ready to finish off the final few laps here tonight. Second attempt at a green to white checkered. So let's paint the picture for you. Late race troubles catch out a handful of drivers. James Barber, Mark Axelson, Johan Wilson, all on the pit road, and it doesn't look like they're going to be able to get back out on the track. So that's going to leave us with just 24 drivers out there on the track with only 20 left on the lead lap. Final 2 laps of racing. Unless we get another late race caution, rule fan stayed out on all tires. It kept the race lead. The man that stayed out earlier here tonight. Got himself a little bit off of strategy with the tires. Sheldon Fittig has found a way back to the front, and he's going to fire off from that outside front row position. Look for that 41 to be fast on the restart, but you got to watch out for these Hungary drivers behind. Second row, full of fresh tires. Paul Dillon in that 113 and the 19 of Bandit. They're going to be ready to pounce and jump on it for position. Timothy Lewis and John Izzo back in row 3. Row number 4 for the restart, Frenchie and Todd Willis. Then Ethan Wilson and Tommy Cristiano going to round out your top 10 for the restart. Everybody going to get double file, and we're going to get set to fire things off once again here in the Beef Jerky Unlimited Sunday night special. Who you got? Who's going to take the checkered flag? I'll tell you who's my pick. I think that 19 finds a way to victory lane. I think Bandit is going to find a way to come from that 4th position to walk away with the checkered flag. We'll see how he gets the job done on the restart. Pace car down and away. And away we go once again on the gas, up through the gears. Tough little run there as Fittig does not get going. Outside lane gonna falter and fall way back. Paul Dillon gonna take that second spot away. Now down to the inside comes the 63, contact with the left rear. That's gonna put the 113 way up the track. We're gonna drop that timing and scoring for you. Let you try to follow along with your favorite driver as now Bandit gonna move back into the 4th spot. Take a position away from Fittig, who was dropped all the way to 5th. Now sideways through the corner. That's not going to help the cause at the front, though. John Izzo makes some moves and will cross the line. White flag flies. Final lap as new race leader John Izzo shows the way. 3 wide behind him. Jockeying for position. 3 wide once again, and Rule Fan getting covered up. What a run here on the final restart. John Izzo getting the job done. Just one more corner remaining. Sheldon Fittig going around, trouble behind your race leaders, but it's not gonna matter. Crossing the line, capturing the checkered flag. After a late race pass on a restart, John Izzo gonna take the checkered flag with Paul Dillon right behind him. Timothy Lewis will round out your top 3 on the podium here tonight. And what a run for all 3 of these truck drivers. All 3 of them outside of your top 3 when we drop the green flag on that last restart. What a run for Izzo, picking up those positions at the end. Man, what a finish. Man, what a race. What a way to cap things off here tonight from Chicagoland Speedway. And there you can see the man heading to victory lane inside that Izzo Plumbing. Number 63 machine. Great job out there from John and his entire crew getting that 63 to victory lane. So with that being said, we're going to get things set up and ready to go for your post-race interviews. We're going to step away for a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And back trackside as promised at the conclusion of tonight's Beef Jerky Unlimited Sunday Night Special right here from Chicagoland Speedway. And I tell you what, let's just dive right on into it. Let's see if we can't have a few words and pick up some of our podium finishing drivers here tonight, walking away in the final spot in the podium inside of his number 4 truck, Tim Lewis. It's Dave. You got us?
10-4, Dave.
Hey, bud. How you doing? How you feeling after a fun little run here tonight? A nice finish for you. You guys are going to walk away third on the podium. How'd you get the job done, and how'd you pick up those 6 positions to get yourself here?
I just, there at the end, I just kind of got on the outside there, and I never lifted for the whole last lap, and they kind of had trouble. Got some luck there at the end, but very happy with the racing that we had tonight. Sunday night's kind of my baby. I set the schedule and set up the races. So this is our first broadcast. Really pleased the way it turned out.
Yeah, a lot of great racing action out there all over this 1.5 mile. Beast of a little bit of a track. And as you said there, full throttle. You didn't lift for those final few times. No need to try to Ross Chastain that thing around the wall here tonight. But picking up a handful of positions on the final restart. Is there any moments here tonight where you thought, oh boy, this is going to go wrong?
Oh, yeah. During the green flag pit stops, we had some trouble there and actually caused a caution, but we had so many. I actually kind of started the whole melee by running up in there 3 wide, and then Paul Dillon said pitting and slammed on his brakes in front of me, and I about got into him, and we kind of had a mess there, but got through it. But when the fall off on the speeds is so much when you get people come out during those green flag pit stops, and you got really fast cars and really slow ones, and people are pitting and coming out of the pits, and it was kind of hairy there.
Yeah, sometimes the moments can be a little hair-raising and a little nerve-wracking, but nonetheless, you and your entire Ford crew were able to manage your way through tonight's race and walk away with a fine finish. Going to walk away third, final spot on the podium here tonight. So, Tim, before we let you go and walk off into the sunset here tonight from Chicagoland Speedway, would you like to give any final shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Yes, I'd like to thank you, Turn 3 Racing Network on YouTube, BeefJerkyUnlimited.com, Tommy Delago doing this, providing this broadcasting, and the sponsor for Sunday night's racing. All the guys that, all the admins that work hard setting up these races and running them and all that, those guys. Say hello to my wife, and Steve Phillips, if you're watching, hello to you, bud. You need to get you a rig and come out here and have fun with us.
Absolutely, Tim. Absolutely. Well, congratulations on your great run here tonight. The first of many more. I can feel it. I think I'm going to be talking to you quite a few times here over the course of these next few weeks. But until next time, my man, stay safe and keep it fast.
Thank you.
All right, there you have it. Final few words from the man that said it himself. He held it to the floor and didn't lift. Timothy Lewis walks away and third inside of his Ford truck, and that's going to move us right along the list, and we're going to try to talk to the man that finished in second here tonight. Let's see if we can't catch up and have a few words with the man inside of that 113 Toyota Tundra, parking in second here tonight. Paul Dillon, it's Dave at the booth. You got me?
I hear you, Dave.
Hey, man, how you doing? How you feeling after making your way up 19 positions? You are the biggest mover of the night, qualified outside of the top 20, and here you are sitting one spot out of victory lane. Man, what a run.
Yeah, didn't have a really great qualifying run. Did a lot of passing on the outside, and cautions just fell my way. It just worked out. And the last one, I just took 2 tires. I went for it. So Rule had nothing. Next 2 of us had 2 tires. So I thought it was just going to be the 2 of us. But then John snuck in on the bottom and kind of moved me out of the way a little bit.
Yeah, coming to that last green white checkered, moved up the racetrack just a little bit, but at that point in time, almost anything's game. How confident were you, though? You mentioned that two tire stop. How confident were you that that was going to be the call to be made there on that second green white checkered attempt?
Yeah, I could have gone with the four. It would have kept me in the pits longer. It only used up 10% of the left side. So as long as I was gripping on the right, I could still, get on the throttle and get it. And like I said, it worked out. But like four tires was much better because that's the only way John could hold that bottom.
Yeah, those four fresh tires really helped him grip that inside lane. And as you said, making a lot of passes on the outside. It looked like a lot of guys were kind of, I don't want to say scared, but they were worried to run that middle to high lane. What was it that made it so comfortable for you?
I just felt good. You go wide, and I was trying to aim for the second or the third seam and just ride that seam all the way around, and you would get a run. But I didn't want to get stuck on the inside. It was just too tough to get a pass coming on off. So let them dive to the inside. I just ran it around, drove it in hard, and then I got them coming off on the other side.
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of the times you got to run where they ain't and do things they don't. And that's how you were able to parlay this thing into a great podium finish here tonight. So, again, congratulations on the second place here tonight, Paul. Looking to see if we can't catch up with that 113 in the next few weeks. But until then, would you like to give any final shout outs, thank yous, love yous? Thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Yeah, me, myself, and I, all the people at home, we did a great job. Thanks everybody for watching and you for commentating. Thank you.
Absolutely, man. My pleasure. When there's great racing action like this, you guys make my job easy. So, again, Paul, congratulations on the strategy calls. Congratulations on working your way up through the field all the way to second. And we'll see if we can catch up with you in the next few weeks.
Great. See you then.
All right, there you have it. You heard it from Paul himself. He said he took it to the high side and nobody else wanted to go there, so that's how he made up a handful of positions. Your biggest mover of the race walks away in second here tonight. Paul Dillon gonna move 19 spots and he's gonna walk away with second, and that's gonna move us right along and into victory lane. Let's go talk to the man of the moment, the man of the hour in victory lane with all the champagne being sprayed. Izzo, man, what a run, man. How did you do it?
New tires did it for me. That was a pretty crazy finish. I really didn't expect it, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, now walk us through this call here. We got a green white checkered finish, okay, and then we had our second green white checkered. You came down pit road. You got, I believe it was four tires. What was going through your mind when you heard the crew chief say four? Did you think that was going to be the right call?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I had no doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind. I knew a couple guys were going to try two tires, and a couple guys had tried two tires earlier in the race, and it didn't work out so well. And I felt pretty confident four tires was going to be the key.
Well, indeed it was. I believe those four tires is what allowed you to keep it down there near that white line on the inside of the racetrack with that little bit of extra grip over your fellow competitors. You qualified great here tonight as well, John. You ran up near the front all night long. Not much of an eventful evening for yourself, but nonetheless a fast one at that. You were fast when you unloaded. Now that you got this checkered flag in your back pocket, how are you feeling over the next few weeks?
Oh, I'm feeling good. Really enjoy racing on the Beef Jerky series on Sunday nights. It's a lot of fun. It's very relaxed. We got a great group of guys here in our league. It's just a fantastic place to be all the time.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. This is my first soiree into the Sunday night crew, and you guys just as fast as any other out there. I can assure you that. Run into a lot of these guys on the Tuesday night Turn 5 series. So if you're not busy, John, come check out that one. That's another great Great series put on by the Worn Out Racers, guys. And but first and foremost, let's get back on track here. Congratulations on tonight's checkered flag, walking away with the top spot here at Chicagoland Speedway. So before we let you celebrate the night away, would you like to give any final shout-outs, thank yous, love yous?
Yeah, I'd like to take shout out to my wife, of course, that lets me do what I love to do. Here racing with the guys. Shout out to all our sponsors, Tommy D especially, for putting this on, and all our league members for coming out every night. Because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have a league.
Absolutely have to agree with that one right there. Big shout out to everybody involved with the Worn Out Racers leagues and series, as well as the Beef Jerky Unlimited guys. John, congratulations on this checkered flag. We hope it's the first of many more to come. And until next time, my man, stay safe, keep it fast, and we'll try to catch up with you here in these next coming weeks.
Thank you, Dave.
All right, there you have it. You heard it from himself, John Izzo. Knew 4 tires was the way to go. He knew there was going to be some gambling going on, and he said, I'm going to gamble that these 4 fresh Goodyears get me to the front. And, well, Yahtzee, it pays off. Jackpot, checkered flag in hand. John Izzo walks away with the race win here tonight from Chicagoland Speedway. That's pretty much going to do it for us. That's going to put an end to the festivities here from Chicagoland Speedway. As producers are already hitting those buttons in the background, you know the sounds, you know it's time to run down tonight's unofficial race results right here from Chicagoland Speedway. Walking away with the top spot, checkered flag in hand, on top of the board, the 63 of John Izzo. Paul Dillon with a great run. He'll finish in second here tonight. Timothy Lewis gonna round out the podium with the 46 of Frenchie right behind him in fourth. Tommy Cristiano gonna round out your top 5. Gary Ragland back in 6th with James Schultz in 7th. Andy picking up 8th spot. The Lawman, you're going to walk away with 9th with Butch Jet Wrench in 10th. 88 of Jeff Carlson in 11th. Rule Fan going to fall through the field all the way back to 12th on that final green-white checkered finish. Slick Rick back in 13th. Ethan Wilson 14th with Bandit ending out in 15th. The 15 machine of Todd Willis comes home in 16th. 17th place belongs to Sheldon Fittig. And Kevin Muller back in 18th. 19th spot tonight goes to Jason Rumey. Henry Farrell going to finish in 20th with Jimbo back in 21st. The number 9 machine of Robert D. going to come home 22nd. 23rd to Tom Marshall. Tommy D, the 86 Beef Jerky Unlimited machine, finishes out tonight's race 2 laps down in 24th. James Barber back in 25th. Johan Wilson with Mark Axelson and Ray Zerkund finishing out the 28 truck field here tonight from Chicagoland Speedway. What a race. What a night, race fans. Can't wait to hit the track next Sunday night once again here with the Beef Jerky Unlimited Sunday night special. If you haven't already, you know you want to go ahead and show these drivers that love and appreciation and drop them the thumbs up. Check the description. You can find the links over there to the Worn Out Racer website. Get linked up, get hooked up, and get yourself out on track with some great drivers. Don't forget about that 15% discount code. Get yourself some beef jerky. Get your friends some stocking stuffers. 15% off. Don't wait. Don't miss out. And that's going to be it for us. So remember, drop that thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell on the right-hand side. Until next time, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and we'll meet you in turn 3.